Hello and welcome to the another episode of Beyond Scoreboard, a podcast show where we get in conversation with our young Indian athletes. Before we begin the podcast, let me take you to the journey of our guest in conversation today. Golfer and Arjuna awardee Diksha Dagar has showcased remarkable talent in her sport, overcoming the challenges of hearing impairment with the steadfast support of her father, Colonel Narendra Dagar, a former golfer himself. She made history as the first golfer to compete in both Olympics and Deaf Olympics. At the 2017 Summer Deaf Olympics, Diksha won a silver medal, followed by a gold in the women's individual golf event at the 2021 Summer Deaf Olympics. She also represented India at the 2020 Tokyo and 2024 Paris Olympics. Diksha transitioned from being amateur to professional golfer in 2019 and quickly made an impact, winning the Investec South African Women's Open, part of the Ladies European Tour. At just 18 years old, she became the India's youngest woman to claim this title. Hi Diksha, welcome to our podcast. And hello sir, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so nice to have you both here. Golfers. And आप दोनों की journey की बात करें तो एक बहुत commonality है. You've been a golfer yourself and then she took on the game. तो ये एक इन्फ्लुएंस था या एक कॉन्शियस चॉइस थी कि नहीं मुझे गोल्फ ही शुरू करना है?
I am passionate about sports and there is a different level of feeling when you represent your country and more so in sports. So that kind of a passion or dream was always there that I wanted to see through my children. And golf just happened. She was playing good tennis. She was very good in swimming. She could have played badminton also. So out of these 5-6 games, golf was also one of the games which it was her which she eventually
she took on the
kept playing more and more.
And the first time you held the club, what was the feeling like? How old were you when you saw your dad playing and then you started playing yourself?
I saw the golf is very unique, it is a very big ground, I have never seen before. I have played tennis, swimming, it was something different from that sport. So when I hold, it is different, very unique, you hold it in a different way and you swing it and hit the ball. I love to hit the ball. I was very active and very much passionate about sports.
And I think आपकी जो defense background है, उसने भी काफ़ी influence दिया है sporting culture inculcate करने के लिए इनके life में. So you and your brother both play golf. तो कभी competition हुआ है आप दोनों के बीच में या competitiveness है कि मैं अच्छा खेलती हूँ या वो अच्छा खेलता है?
A lot, काफ़ी competition होता था. We would do a putting competition and also with the friends golf course पे our age category. तो हम putting competition किया करते थे. Sometime my brother would win because he is so good at putting. One thing I wanted to defeat was in putting. So gradually I started defeating him in the end.
So both the children, they love golf. And has it been a challenging journey for you since we know that in a hearing issues थे? तो इस जर्नी में आपने क्या क्या फेस किया है and how did you as a family all together overcome it?
Yes, of course. See, challenge is very much an integral part of everybody's life for that matter, and of course little bit more challenges in my children's case. But see, we were very fortunate, the kind of environment that we got and the support that we got from Army and other organizations around us. So I believe, and now more so now, if you are positive, you want to raise your own hand and say you want to do certain things, a lot of people come forward, a lot of organizations come forward to help you, and support from Army, Defense, it has been just amazing, out of the world, and the environment is just super amazing there for children to grow and have so many options to excel in.
So Diksha, tell me, since you're a student as well and a professional golfer, how do you balance both the life? पढ़ाई भी और गोल्फ भी. जब amateur golfer से professional golfer बने तो पढ़ाई एक थोड़ी back seat ले लेती है. But as I saw one of your interviews, you said मम्मा लेकिन हमेशा पीछे रहती थी. पापा कहते थे ठीक है अब पढ़ाई बैक सीट ले सकती है, बट मॉम वाज ऑलवेज फोकस्ड कि नहीं पढ़ाई को भी उतनी इंपॉर्टेंस देनी है. तो हाउ डिड यू बैलेंस बोथ द लाइफ?
First of all, I want to thank my parents for unwavering support. Like, sometimes you feel frustration like balancing the sports and the study. So my mom gently has guided me how to balance. Like she's the one who has told me the plans and the routine. Like before going to the school, I would do exercise, running, all those things. And then I would come back to the school. She would pick me up from the school and then take me to the practice. And I would practice like till 7 p.m. And then at home, I would have tutor 8 o'clock till 9. Then I would study and do the homework. Then it would be repeated again.
So you had a jam-packed schedule the entire day. और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि एक स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन के लिए जो उनके पेरेंट्स होते हैं शायद उनकी भी ट्रेनिंग उतनी ही रिग्रेस होती है साथ में, जहाँ पर ये मेहनत कर रहे होते हैं. एक बैक एंड सपोर्ट में भी उनकी भी ट्रेनिंग चल रही होती है, उन्हें भी सुबह उठना पड़ता है आपके साथ, शायद जाना पड़ता है ट्रेनिंग सेशंस में भी. तो इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट योर रिलेशनशिप विद योर मदर, उनका रोल क्या रहा है आपकी लाइफ में आपको आगे बढ़ाने में, आप अभी जिस मुकाम पे पहुंचे हो?
She has been there for me. Like she would stand and keep eyes on me. मतलब नजर रखती थी कि दीक्षा क्या कर रही है, प्रैक्टिस कर रही है, what is the problem in her swing, जो भी है. And then whenever there are the issues, my mom would call my dad and they would discuss about दीक्षा को क्या करना चाहिए. Like should we train her harder or should we something like that.
Okay. So you've traveled with her also for tournaments across the world, like you said, more than 40 countries. So अगर स्पोर्टिंग कल्चर की बात करें, गोल्फ कल्चर की बात करें, क्या डिफरेंस है इंडिया में और यूरोपियन कल्चर में?
Like talking about the sports, like there's a bit huge difference. Like because here in Europe, I have seen they have a big support, they have a good team and facility, good financial support. Like in India, when we talk about golf, nowadays there's a little bit improvement in progressing, but still they need more financial support and visibility and.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So what do you have to say about that?
So exactly what Diksha has brought out, it's the complete environment. Like we are a big country, especially in population, but we don't have the kind of infrastructure that's most of the European countries, US and Australia, they have. So we are growing, we are improving with those infrastructure and all. So right now also we have to do a lot of catching up. And then on part of the parents and the families and the schools, they also need to be. Ours is a country which is more into pure academics. So activities other than academics always, like right now also take a backseat in most. But now things are changing a lot, especially all those parents, children, families who have this international exposure and who are into these metro cities, but are like rural area and also the smaller cities, they still have a long way to go with respect to the awareness and the infrastructure. Because we don't have, when we talk, it's the environment. We don't have any dearth of potential or talent. So we can be there, but the thing is, when we go outside and see, so some of all these athletes, they have access to the things right from the beginning, and they see it in their families and all. To our athletes, a lot of times, it is access to these things is after a lot of effort on part of the family or somebody around them. Whereas in a lot of these European and US and Australia, the access is very easy. So that makes a big difference.
And if we talk about women golfers, there are few names which comes to our mind, like Aditi Ashok, for example, and her name, Diksha Nagar. So I think we have a long way to go, but then we have started. So women are getting inspired to play the game, to take up this sport. And the first thing, ये थोड़ा elite game भी है, expensive game है, clubs expensive होते हैं, and accessibility भी कम है. अगर infrastructure की आप बात कर रहे हैं तो. Sir, like talking about you, you're a left-handed golfer. ये एक अलग ही challenge होता है वहाँ पे भी, and you've mentioned before how difficult it was for you to find a right club for you. Tell me about that.
Like it wasn't easy to find left-handed golf clubs. So my dad ordered somewhere from the left hand, and at that time I used to play a men's steel, which was very heavy for me. So my dad would cut the length to the shot as per my height. Then I would practice with it, and I played like 5 years, continue with the same old golf set. So there were lots of challenges with the shaft. Like I haven't done any club fitting, the swing speed, everything. You get specifics.
So do you want to add?
So as far as women's golf is concerned, and of course we can consider like it's relatively new, but last 20 years there are certain people who have done given so much to the game in India, and they are actually making a big difference. And one of these organization is Women's Golf Association of India, and of course Indian Golf Union, which is the national federation. They also have a lot of tournaments for these girls and kids. But Women's Golf Association of India, they have and certain people there, Mrs. Champika Syal, initially like Simi Mehra. These are some of the names. Mrs. Kavita Singh. So and in fact Dr. Pawan Munjal from Hero, they have supported the women's golf, and they brought a European tour event as early as I think 2007 and 8. So these things have motivated and inspired a lot of girls to take up golf, and the parents also. And it is an amazing opportunity, and it suits overall the golf as such. We can say the mind and the physique to a large extent, and we like these few girls have proven it, like they can excel at the highest level, and it is growing. So hats off to all these people. And once the parents understands and the children understand and put in an effort, there are amazing opportunities. There is a career in golf. And there is amazing life. You travel international, and a lot of scholarships in US to study. So if I still feel a lot of girls who are capable, the families who are capable of playing, if they make use of this golf, it adds so much to life.
Right. Sports and beyond.
Yes.
Okay, so you've represented India twice in the Olympics, Tokyo, and this time in Paris also, and you've represented India in the Summer Deaf Olympics, and you've won a medal. How was your experience as a debutante versus being experienced now?
It has been an unforgettable experience, like competing on such a grand stage and top athletes coming from all over the world. It is not something you get to see every day. Like, it has been so unique. I will cherish this forever.
Yeah, tell us about some memorable experience about the Paris Olympic that you went through.
There was so much of energy and support from fans, and being surrounded by the athletes. Like, you are playing along with them and you are putting on the Indian team shirt. You feel proud, and you feel that you are taking the responsibility to perform for your country.
Since you've represented India and you've traveled across and you've faced a lot of challenges, but tell me, who has been your biggest competitor in golf?
In golf, there is no such competitor. Like, anyone from the field can win a gold medal. Even the person is world ranked 200 can defeat the world #1 golfer. So golf is a mental game. Like, it's all about discipline, commitment, determination, So this has nothing to do with the rankings. Anyone can win. So that's why I love golf.
So in golf, when we talk, it is so different from other sports when we come to this. So mostly, though what you say, competitors and all, it is the golf course. You have a competition with the golf course most times. And in golf, if you focus on the golf course and your game, rest of the things in terms of competitors get taken care of. So you just have to focus how well or how smartly you want to negotiate through this golf course and come out of it as you know, in fewer shots as possible. So it's something like a car racing, like you just have to finish your circuit in the best possible time. So same in golf, you have to finish your circuit in the least number of shots. So if you do that, how others do, so like in some of the games like tennis and all, your opponent can you know, influence your game, but in golf it is you and the golf course. And yes, once you are playing with certain players, they can have a you know, influence on your game, but that is a lot to do the mental, whereas actually speaking, it is you are playing against the golf course, or we call it you are playing with the golf course. So you are playing with the golf course, how best you can negotiate through. Yes,
more about your
yes.
performance.
And that is also a mental side of the golf. If you start thinking about others, then it is a distraction. So it is good if a person is able to stay focused and is just thinking about himself, herself, and the golf course and her game. So that serves the best.
Coming from you only, so because you are a golfer yourself. So if you talk about the mental training that you go through, the physical training that you go through, what makes a good golfer?
Good golfer is like 70% of thing goes to a mind game. Like I do meditation, like how do you control your emotion and how do you handle yourself under the pressure. Like if you can stay calm playing golf, then you can score very good. And 30% of the time physical strength plays a role in a golf, and you have to focus on a lower body, strengthening your lower body and increasing your swing speed so you can get a good distance. Like having the advantage that you are hitting longer, then you can score better.
Okay, so what is training like in India in comparison to training outside, because of the temperature and the infrastructure issues that one might go through?
In India, like in Europe, it is colder, and all over the world there are different types of golf courses. Like in Scotland, it is a Scottish golf course, and the ball travels lesser than in India because in heat the ball travels faster. So in Scotland you have to play a different game. You play in a very strong wind and also in the rain. So you play different games. So it is kind of a mind game, like how do you adjust yourself, your body and your swing speed and everything. So you adjust according to it, and you have to play in different conditions to gain the experience also and the understanding of the game.
Okay, so where do you enjoy the most? Where have you enjoyed the most? Which is your favorite golf course?
I would say Europe, because the weather is so nice, like you don't have to play in such a heat. I love cold and morning. So my favorite course in India is a DLF golf course because it's a very challenging. I love challenging.
Let's go back to past when you first pick up the club and you started playing, and then you transitioned from amateur to professional golfer. There was a time where you had to choose from your studies and the game, and you had larger stakes because Olympics के लिए भी जाना था, and यही event decide करता. At that time you chose the game. वो decision कैसे लिया आपने? Parents का क्या support था? क्या discussion हुए थे उस चीज़ को लेके?
When I played in 2018, the Q school, like it was a stage to qualify for the professional level to play on Ladies European Tour. So when I performed very well there, so in January, like I had a discussion with my mom, dad, like, do you want to go to Australia to skip the board exams? So it was a big decision and changing life also. So I thought, I love golf, I want to continue golf. And then my dad was like, okay, let's go for the game, and you have the potential and you have the talent, you can do it. So the father, whatever he said, it has made me believe, yes, I can continue playing golf and better perform very well. So then I decided to miss the board exam and I left to Australia and I played. Then in my 4th professional start, I happened to win the South African Ladies Open, youngest Indian to winner. That was a great achievement, and I realized that that was my best decision ever.
Yes, sir. So what do you have to tell me?
About sports and education. Education is very important. Like it is a training. Education primarily trains your mind, and a strong mind is needed in any sport. So education is very important. But when we talk of this formal education, some point of time, if you have to take it and at the highest level in sports, you have to take a call, because it becomes very difficult to sail in both the boats, like, and that sometimes I don't know, like holds back so many athletes, the education, because they want to stick around with education, because it's all right at maybe at the national level, but if you have to excel at the highest level, international level, do well, so every effort, every moment matters. So and then sometimes I feel some of the people, some of the sports person, they take that an excuse. Oh, I have to do an education also. No, this is. So once you commit yourself fully into sports, and once you know, like there is no fallback to some, educational oriented career and all, I guess then you commit yourself more and go for it in a much more serious and
You
committed.
focus.
Yes.
If we talk about the performance of athletes during the Paris Olympic, this time we did not have many medals. Where do you think the athletes needs to work on? Because we do have pretty decent facility which is provided by the government, and the top schemes, if we talk about, which is supporting the elite athletes. So where do you think our Indian athletes needs to work upon now?
Like a top scheme is a great initiative. It has been life-changing for the athletes like me, providing necessary financial and logistical support, and like traveling and everything, so you can compete at the highest level and the training without worrying about the resources. And athletes at the Paris Olympics could have done much better. Like athletes need to speak about their plans and their schedule. What kind of training are you doing, and where are you doing, and what are your plans? And they have to plan according to it and then execute.
दीक्षा, यू आर फ्रॉम हरियाणा, और हरियाणा की बात करें तो वहाँ का स्पोर्टिंग कल्चर बहुत ही डिफरेंट है. इतने सारे प्लेयर्स आते हैं हरियाणा से, एंड स्पेसिफिकली झज्जर से बात करें, सो वी हैव मेनी प्लेयर्स. मनु भाकर इज ऑल्सो फ्रॉम झज्जर ओनली. So what do you have to talk about the sporting culture in Haryana?
Oh, it's amazing, and I guess it's people have left a beautiful legacy there. Kapil is from Haryana, so the government has also been very, very supportive, and a lot of good incentives. And I would say this belt, Haryana belt and Punjab, people are more into outdoor inclination and all. बट अभी जो बहुत अच्छी जो चीज़ हमें देखने को मिली हरियाणा से, हरियाणा पहले जैसे रेसलिंग, कबड्डी, बॉक्सिंग, विजेंदर सिंह और ये सारे, इसके अलावा भी जो मसल पावर से हटके भी जो गेम्स हैं, अभी जैसे आपने बताया मनु भाकर शूटिंग में है, और फिर सुमित नांगल टेनिस के अभी नंबर 1 खिलाड़ी हैं काफ़ी टाइम से इंडिया के. अब ये दीक्षा गोल्फ खेलती है. सो ये ऐसे बैडमिंटन, साइना नेहवाल. सो ये मिला जुला मैं कहूँगा कि जो नेशनल लेवल पे भी, इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे भी बाद में इंसेंटिव मिलते हैं, लेकिन स्टेट का जो लोकल एटमॉस्फेयर एनवायरनमेंट है वो बहुत सपोर्टिव है। फिर हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट का बहुत सपोर्टिव इंसेंटिव्स रहे हैं। तो ये सारे के सारे एनकरेज करते हैं उस माहौल को, स्पोर्ट्स के कल्चर को और आगे ले जाने के लिए।
Right. Diksha, let's talk about Deaf Olympics. That twice you've represented India there. क्या माहौल होता है वहाँ का, और जो players होते हैं, what are the challenges they go through? And for a fact that you have not only represented in the Deaf Olympics but Olympics as well, and been able to play with the able bodies. तो वो challenge कैसे cross किया आपने?
I have a hearing problem. मुझे hearing problem है। जब मैंने Deaf Olympics खेला था, like it was a different environment also. So like I met lots of athletes there. Like they are like me. Some of them are not like me. So some of them do the sign language. I can't do sign language, but I need to learn sign language to interact with them. And they have also hearing impaired. Like in the modern days, like if you go back 20 years back, like nobody could hear neither speak. They would use sign language. So now they are using hearing impaired, so they are able to hear, they are able to speak. So when I got there, like I had the advantage because I have been competing on the international level, and I have attended normal school. So I have been leading a normal life. So I have been very fortunate to be among them. So I went there. So I participated in the Deaf Olympics when I won a silver medal in Turkey. So it was a proud moment for the nation also. Then when I played next Deaf Olympics in Brazil, so lots of girls have come out and represented their country, and their parents came to me like, because of you, I'm taking my daughter to take part in that. You know, it feels nice to hear from them, like it feels that I'm walking on the right path, I'm doing something good. So I saw you that you play on Ladies European Tour, so they were inspired by me, so it feels nice.
I'm sure they're all inspired by you, and your story is going to inspire many people and generations to come. So you come from...
yeah, Diksha, I would say we are blessed to have her because till the age of say 5.5, she could not hear and speak, and thanks to the technology, that this cochlear implant that she got in a year, and she's amazingly rehabilitated. She's gone through that and learned language, and now you see she's communicating. So a lot of children are taking benefit of this modern this thing today. And Deaf Olympics after Olympics is the second oldest movement like games. So it's again representing your country there and doing well. It's a matter of honor. And like what she said, like a lot of children when we go out and she plays these normal tournaments, a lot of children come out like in South Africa, Australia, in Europe, and they are coming now and playing this deaf children. The parents get motivated.
So you come from a military background and having played various games as well. इनकी जर्नी जब आप देखते हैं तो आपके अपने सेट ऑफ चैलेंजेस थे, यू वर ट्रैवलिंग, पोस्टेड थे आप, तो एक फैमिली बॉन्ड कैसे बनाया जाता था जब यू आर सर्विंग योर नेशन एंड देन शी इज ऑल्सो ट्रैवलिंग? सो व्हाट वाज द फैमिली टाइम लाइक व्हेन यू ऑल वुड गेट टुगेदर and celebrate her win?
I would say, and everybody and all these children who have come from army background and done well in various fields and all, one of the things very close to their heart is their army. They consider as a family. It's such a special feeling. Like Anirban Lahiri in golf, Shubhankar Sharma, they also come from army families. And so the thing is, we have a beautiful grooming in army and environment in army, which makes up for a lot of other things that sometimes we are not able to ourselves give time, but the families when they are there, they are looked after well. And then the army, like when you say it's a bigger family, if you take up something like in Diksha's case, so all throughout my whatever establishments I've been part of, they have been very, very supportive and encouraging. taking out Diksha for outdoor sports and all. And before that, before coming to army, I come from a sports school in Haryana. That was again a wonderful thing that happened. Like my parents put me into a sports school, boarding sports school. So from there I got this interest and inclination in sports. Sports is, I would recommend so strongly to every child, like must indulge into sports to a good level, like equal devote, I would say good about 30-40% of time, even you are doing full-time academics, especially in the initial years till about your 10th. So it changes your whole life. Like physically, a healthy mind can reside only in a healthy body. You have to make your body healthy, and then the mind of course healthy, and then you are ready to take on the world in wherever you are. And so after sports school, the military, it was a similar kind of environment. So I've been very fortunate, and like sports is very much integral part of army. So in school I used to play hockey, and then there later in life, in army I started playing golf, and that's how like Diksha got introduced to golf.
That's wonderful. Diksha, tell me, what is the quality from your dad and the military that you have imbibed and put it in your game as well?
The qualities I put are discipline, determination and commitment. Like you have to strict with yourself. Like whenever you make the plan, you have to execute very well. You have to. It is always better to have a backup plan as well. Like whenever you are going to execute a plan, in case if something goes wrong, so you must always have a backup plan.
Okay, so before ending the podcast, a message for all the girls watching this podcast who would want to become a sports person like you.
Like I would say to all the girls, follow your dream, pursue your dream, and follow with your heart whatever you like, and do it with your commitment, and you should have passion about it. I would tell you it's not going to be easy journey, but you have to face every challenges, every step, and you can learn from your success and failure is part of life.
So any message for the family members who are watching this podcast?
I have been very fortunate, and very happy how Diksha has done. So I can only say for the parents that the children, every child is amazing. We just have to be there on their side, identify, support them, and then, like I said earlier as well in one of my this thing, allow them to move forward, allow them to lead, and just enjoy their journey. So it's a wonderful thing to be a parent, I would say, and we have to support them in their passion, their hobby, or whatever they want to do.
So rightly said, every life has infinite potential, and you've proved it. No matter what the challenges, you've crossed all that and brought laurels for the country. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am, for coming to our podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you, DD Sports. Thank you so much.
Well, that was it for today. This is me, Aishwarya, signing off. You were watching Beyond Scoreboard.